money in the pile. Once you get a little, they just want to take you down, cuz. I got the money in the pile.
Hello, and welcome back to Spittin' Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar, and I'm coming at you from the 256. Today is Thursday, so that means NFL picks. Before I get to those, I just wanted to go ahead and say last week I went 9-5, and now I'm overall 93-55 on the season. 93-55 is where we stand. Hopefully we can crack 100 wins this week and pick up no more losses, but you know how that goes. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to it. Tonight you have the Green Bay Packers in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Seahawks are minus 3.5 3-point favorite. Minus 3-point favorite at home, and I believe the Seahawks will get it done because they are at home. The Packers, they have not won a road game yet. Seahawks have struggled at home, sitting at 1-2, but the Packers haven't won a game on the road yet, and I don't expect them to tonight. Give me Seattle to win that football game. The first game you got here, you've got the Cowboys at the Falcons on Sunday. Atlanta's minus 3.5. Both of these teams have been so up and down. It's outrageous. The Cowboys surprised with their first road win last week, but I don't think they pick up a road win this week. I'm going with the Falcons to win at home over the Cowboys. Next, you got the Panthers and the Lions, reverse records of each other. Panthers are 6-3. Lions are 3-6. Carolina is minus 4.5 on the road. And I believe the Panthers will bounce back from that game last week. Last week was a terrible game for Carolina, obviously. They got absolutely destroyed by Pittsburgh. But I believe Carolina, they bounce back and get the win on the road in Detroit. Next, you have the Tennessee Titans visiting the Colts. The Titans with the biggest upset win last weekend, you could say, over the Patriots. They absolutely destroyed the Patriots last Sunday, and they're heading to a Colts team that has come alive here as of late. I know it says there's weather there, but it's a dome, so they don't have to worry about that. The Colts are minus 1.5, but I just like the Titans are playing great. Both teams are playing good football right now, but the way Tennessee's offense has really woken up the last 2 weeks, I'm going with the Titans to get the win over the Colts and sit at 6-4. 6-4 through 10 games is what I expect the Titans to be after Sunday. Next, you have two struggling teams. The Giants, they finally picked up their second win of the season, but you've got the Buccaneers and the Giants. The Bucs sitting at 3-6. The Giants are winless at home and sit at 2-7, but Giants are minus 1 at home in this game, and I believe the Giants will get it done. They won on Monday Night Football. The Bucs have really been struggling as of late. Quarterback, who's going to play, those kind of things. The Giants, they got the win on Monday night, but I think the Giants, they're due for a win at home, and I believe that's exactly what happens on Sunday afternoon. Next, you have the Texans at the Redskins. Houston is minus 3. Houston is on a 6-game win streak. Crazy how their season has gone. They started 0-3. Now they've reeled off 6 in a row. But they're minus 3 on the road against the Redskins in DC or in Landover. The Redskins are 6-3, coming off a win over the Bucs last week. But I like the Redskins at home to get the win over the Texans, and I believe the Texans and Titans will be tied at 6-4 for the division with a matchup next week. They play each other next week, I believe it is, and that will go a long way to deciding the AFC South. But I think the Washington Redskins beat the Texans on Sunday. Next, you have the Steelers and the Jags. The Jags had the Steelers' number last year. They absolutely killed them in both games, but I believe the Steelers get revenge, and they get revenge big time. Pittsburgh's minus 5.5 in Jacksonville on Sunday, but I believe Pittsburgh is going to run the Jaguars off the field. We'll see, but the Steelers are playing one of the best teams right now. They're playing some of the best football. They're definitely one of the better teams in the league, and I believe the Steelers run the Jaguars off the field. Next, you got a wild card battle here. Both teams are going to be fighting for a playoff spot moving forward, you would think. You got the Bengals at the Ravens. They've both been so hit or miss. The Ravens may be starting Lamar Jackson or Robert Griffin III. Flacco's got a hip injury that's still bothering him from before their bye week last week. But the Ravens at home, they're 2-2. The Bengals are 2-2 away from home. The Bengals really beat up on the Ravens in their Week 2 matchup. But I believe the Ravens get the job done at home. I'm going with just home field advantage here. Both of these teams have shown that they can be really good at times, and they've shown that they can be really bad at times. The Bengals lost 51-14 last week to the Saints. But I believe the Ravens, coming off a bye week, they get the job done over a division rival at home. Next, you have two of the worst teams in the league. You got the Raiders and the Cardinals. Cardinals are 5.5-point favorite, -5.5 at home. I believe the Cardinals will win. They've just shown that they are better than the Raiders at times. They've shown flashes. The Raiders have shown absolutely nothing. They haven't won on the road. But I believe the Arizona Cardinals beat the Raiders on Sunday. Next, you have another divisional matchup with the Broncos and Chargers. Broncos started out, like I've said several times, 2-0. Started out looking hot, but they've obviously fell way off. They're 1-6 since. The Chargers, they started 1-2, but they've reeled off 6 in a row now. And the Chargers, they're just too good of a football team to lose this game at home. They're -7. The Chargers are. The Chargers win that football game on Sunday for me. The Eagles, defending Super Bowl champions, really, really struggling. They go to New Orleans, the hottest team in football in the New Orleans Saints. They're -8. New Orleans is -8 at home, and they'll probably win by more. The defending Super Bowl champs are really, really, really struggling right now, and the Saints are not. The Saints are cakewalking. They're cakewalking everybody right now. They cakewalked the Bengals. Obviously, they had a big lead against the Rams at one time, and then it ended up tied. But the Saints are they're just walking through right now. They look like the favorites right now to win it all. But the Saints, they're gonna be. I say they beat the Eagles, and they beat them easily on Sunday. Next, you got Sunday Night Football. You have a battle for the lead in the NFC North. You've got the Vikings visiting the Bears. Chicago is -2.5 at home, but I like the Vikings. The Vikings with Kirk Cousins, their offense is just crazy, just outrageous. The Bears, they've shown good offense at times. Their defense is nasty, but I expect a very close, hard-fought game. But the Minnesota Vikings, I believe Skull takes this one. Minnesota Vikings, I believe they beat the Bears on Sunday night. The next game, Monday Night Football, was originally supposed to be in Mexico City. But we all know about the extremely poor field conditions. The NFL has elected to move the game to LA, and it is a Rams home game now. Virtually it's being played in their home stadium, so their current home stadium. So, but you have one of the matchups of the season. You got the 9-1 Chiefs versus the 9-1 Rams. The Chiefs are 4-1 on the road. That lone loss to the Patriots, and the Rams are undefeated at home. The Rams are -3.5. On Monday Night Football. This is going to light up the scoreboard, but I think the Rams light it up just a little bit more, probably 3 points. But I like the Rams to eke out the Chiefs. This could be a Super Bowl matchup right here. So, but these two teams, two of the top teams in the league by far. It's them, the Saints. It's the Chiefs, Rams, Saints, and then you got Pittsburgh nipping at their heels. But those three teams are head and shoulders, and you've got two of them playing each other. And I just like the Rams at home to pull out a squeaker, pull out a very, very close game over the Chiefs. But your bye weeks are the Bills, Browns, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets, and 49ers this week. But that's it for my picks. Let me know what you're looking for out of the NFL down in the comments below for Week 11. Yes, it's Week 11. But don't forget to leave a thumbs up, share the content, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this, as well as everything else that I produce. But this has been Spittin' Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.